So hello, today, today with us we have Joržem-Sимоном Ульрихом, Director General of the Federal Statistics Office of Switzerland. And thank you for joining us here today in Rostock in Russia. So how are you feeling about this event so far?
It's fantastic. I mean, it's my first time here in Moscow. And I mean, it was now a time where we were not able to meet a lot of people. And it has just shown that it's incredibly important that you can have a chat about where we stay, what we should do, what's the next steps, things like that. And I really appreciate it. And thank you very much for this invitation. This is fantastic.
No, it's actually our pleasure. And as you might have noticed, the event is called Road to Bern.
Yeah.
So in a sense, we will be coming to you next.
Absolutely.
Could you tell us more about the whole series of events? We know that this is one of the run-up events towards the UN World Data Forum. Mm-hmm. And there were several events that happened already, and this is one of them. What's their place?
You know, the difficult thing on the whole story about the World Data Forum is, do we have enough visibility? And it's a huge chance for us to show in advance of this huge event, to show what we can, what we do, and what's the value that we can provide. And therefore, we organized a huge amount of events. This is the 57th event here. Oh, there are 3 more to go, where we talked about data, about statistics, and where data producers and data users come together. And as you know, it's not only about statistics, it's a lot more. It's about data stewardship, it's about learning out of data. And at the end of the day, it's about sustainability, the SDGs, that's 17 goals we all agreed upon. And now it's also our duty to show how you can measure that and how you can really go in a way that we develop these SDGs goals better than we have done before.
It sounds like the whole discipline is modernizing a lot, and a lot of new things are happening, a lot of innovation is coming into statistics. And there was just a session about the young people and about the statistician of the future. What would you say the traits are that a person who dabbles in statistics or who does statistics fully, maybe, because there are different approaches, as we've heard, towards what a future statistician should look like. What are the key traits that the statistician of the future should have?
There are always hard skills and soft skills. Mm-hmm. Hard skills are, you can learn that at the university, or you can work for an employee that you learn things like that. But the soft skills are a lot more difficult, so that you start your journey with an open-minded starting point. Sounds very, it's clear, you think it's normal, but it's not normal. Quite a lot of people try to sell their own ideas, and in that way they forget to listen to the others. So it's incredibly important. I mean, you need to have skills like statistical skills. You need the basis for that. But you also need the basis, for example, in the data world. You need to know what the metadata catalog is. You need to know how to program Python. You need to know things like that. And finally, also, quite often at the university, you learn different ways of doing analytics. But it's the combination of deductive and inductive way of doing analytics that helps you. And at the end, you have to interconnect these 3 worlds. So, I mean, openness is an incredible, and curiosity is an incredible important element that you see also, I would say, not only talk about what is possible, but just doing it. And this is also an attitude which is incredibly important, not just to talk about. I mean, we always know what we should do, but we have to do it. I mean, at the end of the day, that what we reach is what we do, and not that what we say that we do.
Yeah, that's true. It's also, I mean, it's most of people nowadays think that a statistician actually has, incredible capacity in terms of hard skills. But for soft skills to come into the profession, that is really turning a sheet on what we've experienced before. So this is really a huge step.
Absolutely.
And what you've told me about is actually almost a Superman. So a modern statistician should be a Superman. How would you go about attracting young talent like that to go work for the official statistics?
We should be attractive also for Superwoman, not only Superman.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
I think this is exactly, if we do these things, not just talk about it, then we get attractive for these people. And we also have to tell others what we do. Because as you said, I mean, statisticians are not well known for doing a good marketing. I mean, they're more the guys and the ladies who think about and then they come out with a result. So we have to learn to be loud, not in the sense of selling like a marketing guy or something, but loud in the sense of we have a message to give. And an important element is not just saying it to everybody, but also knowing to whom we have to tell this story. I think companies need to hear what we know, private companies, but also our government. In Switzerland, we made a huge step at the moment where we had the possibility to talk to all the board of ministers, telling them what we can do. And as long as you just talk with these guys and these guys and these guys, and you don't try to make a kind of an umbrella where you search the people who really has the power to help you to change the things, and then you explain them. It's like an educative part, what is possible if they supporting you, and then you go this way consequently. And I mean, this was the starting point for Switzerland when I had the chance to talk to the board of ministers, and they were saying, hey, it sounds great, try to do it. And then we build up the metadata catalog, then we build up the data science center, and we trained the people that they work together. And now we're very attractive for those. And they're saying, hey, if you want to go somewhere where the music is playing, you have to go to the statistical office. And this is what we have to reach. It's not so easy. I mean, it took me 8 years to go there. And maybe the COVID pandemic also helped me now because people are more aware of digitalization. And, but yeah, it's a good time now to really go out saying loud, hey, we're here and we can do and we can help something. We're not the only ones that knows everything, but if we do it together and we look for a common solution, I think this is what we could do, and then we are very attractive for these young people who actually search for that. I mean, you search for an interesting, active life, and we are now in the position that we can change something. We do the things now for our children. The thing what we decide today, what we do today, is that what our children can do in the future. So it's on us to go out and show the people what we know. We have just to do it.
That's fantastically inspirational. Thank you for that. It's actually, what I hear from you is vision, and when you say that you've spent 8 years for that, it looks like you just, made dream a reality. So
yeah,
this is a huge achievement. And I mean, this is great. And what we also wanted to talk to you about, maybe what I also wanted to ask you, is you do a lot of work with data science. And this is one of the successes that you specifically outline when you say that you've been working on this huge project for the last 8 years. Could you tell us more about this Swiss Data Science Center, how it works there and how you collaborate with it?
The USP for a good data science center is that the prerequisite is that you have good data. The first aim is high qualitative data and that you get access to it. So the first step is make these data visible. Without that, the data science center cannot really work properly. But of course, the first thing with the data science center is also communication. So you need to have a community. There are many different skills in the whole country. But the main thing is that you need to do real projects, data science projects, and a minimal valuable product. You have to develop a certain attitude that people come to you and work together with you. For that, we have a platform. It's called Renku. It's a platform, a collaborative platform. There, wherever people want to do a project, can work on that platform. You need to have a statistician, and of course you need to have a safe environment that you can interconnect data, and no one is, that the data protection is also ensured. So we have an experimental platform for that. But within that, you can really start playing with good data, with representative data out of registers and things like that. We also have identifiers, like that each person in Switzerland can be identified through a number, but each company can be identified through a number, and we interconnect that. Of course, then the result is always aggregated, so that you not can identify the person. But in the classical way, you have a question, and then you go to the data, and you search for answer in the data. We had to train the data science center that people also come without a question, just searching for correlation. It doesn't have the same quality like the one is theoretically driven, but it gives you another possibility to build up hypotheses. And these are other skills than the classical way. So we built an own department with people from, I would say, the old school, with statistical method, and then we brought in a lot of people with inductive wave analytic skills, programming, algorithm, deep learning, and all this stuff. And then they searched projects, and we do specific projects. So we had a data innovation strategy, where all people could come and say, "Hey, I have an idea for a good project." And then we said, okay, we have a kind of a board that decided, okay, let's do this. And now we are on the third wave. And then people learn, they talk about it, they go out showing the others what they do. And one of the important things this data science center is doing is make everything transparent. We show the methods, we show the projects, we show the involved persons, the people that have what kind of competence. So the idea is, if you have a problem or you want to automatize something, you can call us and say, hey, I have this problem. And the people from the data science center say, hey, look, this and this guy have done the same project or a similar project, they have this and this competence. And they enable you then to do the same project, or they're making the connection to these people and they can help you together. So this is what the main aim of the data science center is: learning together, learning out of data, and make transparent what we do.
Yeah, and also bringing new people in.
Absolutely, of course.
Absolutely.
I mean, to be honest, I mean, there are always two ways of doing these things. The one is you develop the people that you already have. But this takes a long time, but actually, I mean, in the long run, they're very efficient because they have a lot of experience. And then you have to also to bring in some people from the market with new ideas. You have to mix them a bit. And in my experience, it makes more sense to have a good resource-based view on understanding how you develop your people for a longer run, not just bringing in people, they're staying, doing something, then they go away because you pay them a lot of money and at the end they take their know-how out. But you need to have a mix of these both approaches. And within the administration, it's sometimes not so easy because you cannot change so you need to have also an environment that makes it possible. So for us, it was necessary to also change a bit our basis of law. And but yeah, I mean, you just have to do it. And the aim must be that you have a vision about it and then you have to build it. And you need to have a plan exactly in 3 years, I am there, and then these are our deliverables that we have there. And sometimes it's difficult, you know, it's, yeah, of course. But this is what makes the whole story interesting. It's the stones on the way. It's not if everything would go smooth, I mean.
It's about the journey.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much once again, Mr. Ульрих. This is very enlightening, and this really gives a lot of food for thought.
Absolutely.
Seeing how you manage to not only change but evolve and to attain new heights, this definitely gives us new motivation to try and at least keep up.
Absolutely, this is the idea. That's why I'm here.
Yeah,
yeah, absolutely.
Thank you once again.
Thank you also.
It's been terrific having you.
Yeah, thank you
for finding time in your busy schedule to talk to us.
Yeah, this is part of my job, and it's important to, I would say, in time of COVID, it's maybe not the right word, but to infect others with these ideas, so that people start going on the same journey, and that's fantastic if you can reach something like that. Yeah, so thank you. Thank you that I got the possibility to talk about what we've reached in Switzerland here, in hoping that the rest of the world can also go in the same direction. And this is the idea of the cooperation.
Yeah, but be aware, we'll join you there.
Very good, yeah. So welcome you then in Bern, if you can be there physically or online. And we continue on that journey that we taking these ideas and going together on a way that we can make a better world at the end of the day.
Let's try to do that.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you once again.
Yeah.
Thank you.